Ever wondered which retro Jordan sneakers have stood the test of time to become true icons? Join us as we reveal the top 10 most popular retro Jordan sneakers of all time, diving into the rich history and lasting appeal of these legendary kicks. Which classic pair will be your all-time favorite? As a result of the collaboration between Nike and Michael Jordan, the great basketball superstar of the 1980s, Air Jordans became the most popular sneakers that have ever been released to the public. The first time that Michael Jordan wore the sneakers as a rookie was when they first gained notoriety. Ever since that time, the company has been manufacturing new pairs of sneakers on a yearly basis, each of which incorporates a unique design and style. When it came to gaining street cred, Air Jordans were an item that every teenager absolutely needed to have. Which of these pairings was your favorite? Let's have a look at some of the most well-known retro Jordans that were released in the 1980s and 1990s. Number 10. Jordan Retro 10s. By the year 1995, Nike had begun manufacturing Air Jordans in a wide range of innovative colorways. The 10s were available in a variety of colors, including black and gray, varsity black, off-red, black and white, and others. The ultra-lightweight Phylon midsole was a first for this model, which was the first of its kind. The laces and tone of the Jordan 10s were completely black when they were re-released in 2012, yet the outsole featured the same striped design that had been used in the original version. Number 9. Jordan Retro 8s. Air Jordan 8s were made available to the general public during the National Basketball Association season that took place in 1992 to 1993. When contrasted with earlier iterations of the Air Jordan brand, this specific model was noticeably and significantly heavier in weight than its predecessors. It is possible that you remember that the 8s presented their information in a highly thorough manner. Each shoe featured a Jumpman embedded into it, in addition to having two crossover straps tied to it. The Jordan 8s were known to as the Punisher due to the ankle support, full air sole, and polycarbonate shank plate that made them one of the most popular Jordan footwear. Of all the Jordan sneakers, the Jordan 8s were considered to be one of the most supportive. Number 8. Jordan Retro 9s. In spite of the fact that Michael Jordan did not participate in a complete season of basketball while wearing these shoes, the 9s were the first Air Jordan model to be released after he retired from the sport. In the past, when Jordan played baseball at the minor league level, he wore shoes that were similar to those shoes. These sneakers were more similar to those shoes. Not only did the soles of the Air 9s display in a number of different languages and symbols, but they also had an internal sock sleeve. The years 1993 and 1994 were the years in which it reached its highest level of popularity, but in the years that followed, it was revisited on a number of occasions. Number 7. Jordan Retro 6s. A year after the Jordan 5s were made available to the general public, the Jordan 6 were an enormous hit by the time they were made available. Additionally, a new and improved reinforcement around the toe was introduced in this particular model. Additionally, a molded heel tab was provided. In addition to this, the tongue had 2 holes rather than 1, and the tongue itself had 2 holes. It was the very last time that the Nike Air logo was used on this sneaker, making it the very last Air Jordan to do so. Nike re-retroed this model on many occasions between the years 2000 and 2012. Nevertheless, none of them were able to replace the original retro classic. This model was a re-retro version of the original. Number 6. Jordan Retro 5s. These sneakers featured a design that was quite similar to that of the Jordan 4s when they were initially introduced in February of 1990. The appearance of these was distinct from that of the other 4, despite the fact that their designs were comparable to those of the other 4. A tongue that reflected light lace locks and rubber soles that were see-through were all features that were featured in these shoes. On the other hand, the soles of this model proved to be problematic due to the fact that they became yellow when they became wet. Since they were the source of several complaints from customers when they were first made accessible to the general public, this model has been seen as problematic. Number 5. Jordan Retro 13s. This particular model was first available to the general public in the year 1997, and it was most well known for the distinctive padding that went down the feet of the shoe. It is interesting to notice that the sole of the shoe is evocative of the pads that are visible on the paws of a black panther, which serve as the inspiration for the shoe. This is something that should be taken into consideration. In addition, the rear of the shoe had a hologram that, when illuminated by light, seems to be the eye of a panther. The inclusion of this functionality was one of a kind. After the first release of the film, the number 13s had a stratospheric spike in popularity as a direct result of Jordan's participation in the film He Got Game. Number 4. Jordan Retro 7s. Tinker Hatfield, who is the chief designer for Nike, came up with an entirely new design for the Nike 7s. These shoes were manufactured by Nike. This particular model, which was introduced in 1992, was the first to feature the Hort technology, which meant that the shoes conformed and molded themselves to the foot of the wearer more efficiently than earlier versions. This was a significant advancement by comparison to earlier models. For example, the Nike Air logo, the visible Air sole, and the fading soles were not included in this version of the shoe. These are some of the traits that were supposed to be included in this edition. After a considerable amount of time had passed, this particular model was successfully created in a wide range of colors, and it was a product that was quite successful. Number 3. Jordan Retro 3s. The Air Jordan 3 was first made available to the general public in the year 1988, and it has since evolved into a shoe that is considered to be legendary. This particular Air Jordan shoe was the first of its kind to include a see-through air unit situated on the heel when it was initially produced. The brand new Jumpman logo, which portrayed Michael Jordan jumping in the middle of a dunk, was displayed for the very first time on this particular fashion item. The Wings logo that was used in early versions was replaced with this insignia, which was used in later models. Jordan was known to wear the Air 3s often, especially when he won the dunk championship in 1988. There were reports that the Air 3s were Jordan's favorite sneakers, and he was known to wear them rather frequently. Number 2. Jordan Retro 11s. The original Jordan sneakers, which were conceived and made in 1995, were vastly inferior to the Jordan 11s, which were a significantly more advanced variety. They came into being approximately 10 years after the first pair of sneakers. Mesh was used to construct the upper of the shoe, which resulted in this model having a feel that was noticeably lighter, more durable, and more flexible than the shoes that came before it in the series. In addition, a carbon fiber spring plate was inserted into the outsole of the shoe in order to enhance the torque that the shoe imparts to the wearer. The movie Space Jam, which was released in 2002, featured Jordan wearing these shoes a number of times. Number 1. Jordan Retro 4s. The Jordan 4 was the first shoe to be made available to customers all over the world. It was released in the year 1989 and was the first sneaker to be made available to consumers. Black/gray, white/red, white/blue, and white/gray were the 4 different color combinations that were offered for purchase. As a result of their appearance in the movie Do the Right Thing, which was directed by Spike Lee, the Jordan 4s got a lot of attention. In addition, Michael Jordan wore this edition shoe when he made the game-winning basket, also known as the shot, in the game between the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The shot is generally referred to as the shot. With this shot, the game that ultimately determined the series was won. Enjoyed our journey through the most iconic retro Jordans? Subscribe to our channel for more sneaker stories, exclusive reviews, and all the latest in the sneaker world.